In a move that's already setting the fashion world on edge, BTS's Jin is reportedly preparing a brand new campaign collaboration with Italian luxury house Gucci, and insiders say it will be his most visually daring project to date. After months of speculation and whispers from fashion industry elites, Hybe sources have now confirmed that Jin is currently in the final stages of preparing an exclusive Gucci photoshoot, one designed to redefine both his artistic image and the brand's global narrative. What makes this campaign so anticipated isn't just the return of Jin post-military or his global popularity, it's the mystery and intensity surrounding the creative direction. According to fashion stylists close to the project, Jin has taken a hands-on role in the artistic concept, infusing the shoot with deep emotional symbolism, avant-garde silhouettes, and styling choices that reflect his evolution not only as an idol but as a cultural icon. The upcoming visuals are rumored to be shot in multiple international locations, including a hidden architectural site in Seoul and a European Gucci estate, each chosen by Jin himself for their historical resonance and cinematic lighting. Photographers flown in from Milan and New York have allegedly signed NDAs, sparking further curiosity about just how bold this campaign might be. This isn't just a campaign, it's a statement, and fans around the world are already bracing themselves for a fashion shockwave. Social media exploded when one leaked image showed Jin stepping into a vintage Rolls-Royce while draped in a never-before-seen Gucci ensemble. Twitter trended Jin Gucci 2025 in over 42 countries within minutes, despite no official release yet. What makes this even more iconic is that this new collaboration will serve as a prelude to BTS's 2026 comeback tour, in which Gucci is expected to play a key role in wardrobe styling and global brand partnerships. For Jin, it's not just about clothes, it's about crafting a new era where K-pop merges seamlessly with haute couture. Even Harper's Bazaar Korea, which recently featured Jin on its cover, teased on Instagram, "You've never seen Jin like this before. He's not just wearing Gucci. He is Gucci." As the world waits for the official campaign reveal, one thing is certain: Jin is about to shake both the fashion and entertainment industries in a way only he can. And while the fashion elite holds their breath for the official launch, insiders are whispering that this campaign may become the defining Gucci moment of the decade. Because this is not just a global fashion house partnering with a K-pop superstar, this is Gucci handing the narrative over to Jin, allowing him to sculpt, lead, and transform the brand's voice through his own lens. In private meetings, creative directors have reportedly described Jin as a living embodiment of quiet luxury and explosive stardom. His presence alone commands not just attention, but reverence. And this upcoming campaign is set to reflect both his military-forged maturity and the untouched vulnerability that has always been the emotional undercurrent of his artistry. According to early drafts of the storyboard, the shoot won't just feature Jin modeling clothes. It will depict a journey, one where every frame tells the story of a man who was once adored for his youth, now reborn in global spotlight for his enduring strength. Multiple industry figures from Milan to Tokyo have confirmed that Jin's campaign will replace two previously scheduled celebrity shoots. Yes, Gucci moved mountains, canceled international schedules just to place Jin at the heart of their winter to spring 2026 transition. If that doesn't scream priority, nothing does. There are also unconfirmed reports suggesting that Gucci's campaign with Jin may debut not through traditional fashion ads, but as a cinematic experience, possibly launching at the Venice Film Festival in collaboration with a short fashion film director. The concept? The Return of the Moon Prince, a poetic nod to Jin's role in BTS and his artistic nickname, Moon, which fans have long used to represent his emotional connection with ARMY. The cinematography is rumored to be lush, almost dreamlike Jin wandering through cold stone temples with long flowing coats, then transitioning into neon-lit underground jazz clubs where he sits silently under a single spotlight, sipping coffee in a Gucci trench. No music, no words, just him and the world watching. But don't be mistaken, this isn't just a fashion project. It's a cultural signal, one that echoes something much deeper than designer fabric and aesthetics. This campaign is about how the world sees Korean men post-service, how masculinity is being redefined, and how global icons like Jin are no longer confined to categories like idol or singer. He's an ambassador of art, emotion, and transformation. Hybe has refused to comment officially on the campaign, but Bang Si-hyuk was spotted at a closed-door dinner with Gucci's global marketing team in Seoul earlier this month, fueling further speculation. Some say Hybe is preparing an entirely new vertical, possibly a luxury agency arm with Jin as its foundational icon, blending music, brand partnerships, and global diplomacy. If true, this would mark Jin as the first K-pop idol to architect not just a fashion deal, but an empire blueprint. Meanwhile, the BTS fandom is melting down online. Thousands of fan accounts on X, formerly Twitter, are circulating AI renderings and speculated looks, while fashion influencers on TikTok are posting what Jin might wear, breakdowns based on leaked palette tones and previous Gucci x Alessandro Michele silhouettes. Harper's Bazaar's editor-in-chief, in a recent podcast interview, described Jin's presence during his last cover shoot as eerie in the most beautiful way, adding, "He doesn't fill the room with sound or ego, he fills it with stillness, and somehow that's louder than any applause. When Jin walks in, fashion listens. This silence, this control of space is exactly why Gucci chose him. In a fashion world saturated with noise, Jin represents elegance, gravity, and timelessness. He doesn't chase the lens, he makes the lens chase him." And let's not forget, Jin's roots with fashion go back over a decade. From his early days with BTS wearing understated schoolboy looks, to evolving into high-fashion armor during awards season, to now commanding double Gucci campaigns and Harper's Bazaar's premium December issue, Jin has moved not just with the trends, he has silently written them. The world is catching up, and when this campaign finally drops, insiders say it will be the loudest silence the fashion world has ever heard. Behind closed doors, somewhere inside a secluded studio in Florence, Italy, the world's most anticipated photoshoot quietly unfolds. Jin, cloaked in a bespoke Gucci ensemble designed only for him, moves under the camera's gaze with a quiet intensity that freezes even the most seasoned stylists. Each frame snapped is not merely a fashion shot, it's a declaration that Jin has returned, and this time he's not just collaborating with Gucci. He's defining it. Sources close to the project reveal that Jin has been directly involved in every artistic layer of this campaign, from conceptual mood boards to location scouting to choosing the fabrics that would drape his frame. Gucci executives have never allowed such creative input from a celebrity partner before, until now. Why? Because Jin is no ordinary muse. He is, in the words of one Gucci insider, our North Star in Asia and our Renaissance face globally. The scale of this campaign is nearly unprecedented. Gucci is rumored to be allocating a budget larger than what was used for their previous campaigns with Harry Styles and Dakota Johnson combined. Why? Because Jin's impact isn't localized. His power crosses continents. His fanbase doesn't just consume, they amplify. And for Gucci, that amplification is gold. In a now-deleted Instagram story, a stylist who briefly worked on the shoot wrote, "This isn't a campaign. This is cinema. Jin isn't modeling. He's performing history." Multiple high-ranking executives from LVMH and Kering are reportedly tracking the campaign's performance in real time, preparing counter-campaigns should Jin's Gucci takeover tilt the market. That's how monumental this project is. It's not just a fashion event, it's an economic shift in luxury branding, consumer psychology, and the global K-pop influence. And now, the whispers are turning into roars. Jin is set to walk Gucci's private runway presentation during Paris Haute Couture Week in January 2026, not as a guest, but as the finale model. Only a handful of icons have ever closed a Gucci couture show in the past, and none of them were male K-pop idols. This would make Jin the first Korean male soloist to ever do so, shattering yet another invisible ceiling. His upcoming appearance is being called the Moonlight Finale, inspired by both Jin's celestial persona and the soft, silver-toned palette of the line he will introduce. The show will be hosted not in a traditional venue, but inside a transformed, mirror-covered train station in Paris, where guests will be surrounded by refracted imagery of Jin, his face distorted into beautiful chaos, until the real man emerges from the runway mist. The campaign's core message? Elegance reborn through silence. A direct play on Jin's unique ability to capture hearts not through noise or excess, but through stillness and sincerity. Gucci is betting the brand on this philosophy, and in doing so, they're betting on Jin as the very future of fashion storytelling. Meanwhile, media around the world is ablaze. Vogue US published a teaser article titled, "Is Jin the New Archetype of Global Masculinity?" where cultural critic Asha Malik writes, "In a world oversaturated with aggressive branding and overexposure, Jin reminds us that presence matters more than volume. He is the storm in the silence, the heat in the hush." Forbes Asia, who earlier this year awarded Jin their premium brand icon of 2025, is preparing a special print edition analyzing the economic ripple effects of his Gucci campaign. According to leaked financial forecasts, Gucci expects a 40% increase in web traffic from East Asia alone within the first week of the campaign's launch, an unimaginable spike previously seen only when BTS themselves wore Gucci during the Love Yourself era. And yet, despite all the grandeur, those closest to Jin say he remains grounded. Staff on set were reportedly stunned by his humility. He helped carry lighting equipment. He memorized every crew member's name. He personally thanked the Italian chef who cooked lunch for the team with a bow and a smile that, according to one assistant, felt like sunlight during rain. ARMY, of course, is on fire. The hashtag number JinForGucci2026 trended globally within 30 minutes of the first blurry behind-the-scenes photo leaking online. Fan accounts have begun crafting virtual Gucci lookbooks styled around Jin's persona, from Seokjin's gentleman wear to moon-inspired menswear, crashing multiple fashion apps with their traffic spikes. And what about Bang Si-hyuk? The HYBE founder, who has remained mostly silent in recent months, broke his silence with a single loaded post on his personal X account. "The world wasn't ready for what Jin became, now it has no choice." Fans interpreted this as both pride and prophecy because it's becoming clear that Jin is no longer just a member of BTS. He is a global entity unto himself, a cultural bridge between art, sound, and couture. This campaign, this comeback, this next chapter, it's not about reclaiming fame, it's about redefining what fame can be. Even rival fashion houses are taking notice. Dior's creative team was reportedly stunned by the early photoshoot stills of Jin, and insiders say talks of renewing Park Jimin's own ambassador deal with Dior have been accelerated out of competitive necessity. It's a domino effect. Jin's rise is lifting the bar not just for K-pop idols, but for the entire entertainment fashion industrial complex. And the rules? He's rewriting them quietly, in script and silk. So where does it go from here? There's talk that Gucci and Jin may expand this campaign into a 3-year Legend series involving seasonal capsule collections, charitable collaborations rumored to involve UNICEF and Save the Children, and even limited-run art exhibitions merging fashion and storytelling through Jin's eyes. Yes, Jin may be designing now, not just modeling. Unconfirmed rumors from Seoul suggest he's been sketching concepts for garments that blend traditional Korean silhouettes with futuristic streetwear. His vision? A world where fashion isn't about dominance, but dialogue. And the first step of that vision is about to land. A countdown clock is now live on Gucci's official website, ticking down to the 12th of January 2026. That date? Believed to be the global reveal of Jin's Gucci campaign and short film, a moment already being called the day fashion changed forever. The world waits. The lights dim. The stage is his. And once again, Jin walks not for applause, not for attention, but for meaning.